The average American spends more on their car than they save for retirement, and most don't even realize they're financially trapped. Why do people making $80,000 a year feel broke while driving $50,000 cars? How can someone afford a $600 monthly car payment but can't afford to invest $200 monthly for their future? The brutal truth is that cars have become the #1 wealth killer in America. And nobody talks about it because it's disguised as necessary transportation. Most Americans are walking around thinking their biggest expense is their mortgage or rent. But here's what will blow your mind. When you factor in car payments, insurance, gas, maintenance, and repairs, the average American spends over $12,000 annually on transportation. That's more than most people contribute to their retirement accounts. We've created a generation of people who are car poor, making enough to cover their car payments, but not enough to build actual wealth. They look successful driving their financed BMW, but they're actually broke with expensive taste. Today, I'm exposing the true cost of car ownership that dealerships don't want you to know. How your car payments are stealing your financial future, and the specific strategy to break free from car poverty while still getting reliable transportation. Comment "car poor" if your car payment is higher than your monthly investments. Because what I'm about to show you will make you question every car purchase you've ever made. Look, everyone thinks housing is the biggest expense, but here's what nobody talks about. Number 1. The American car trap. How wheels became wealth killers. Here's the first brutal truth about American wealth that will change how you see every car commercial forever. Cars have become the ultimate wealth destroyer, not because they're expensive, but because Americans treat them like investments instead of what they really are, rapidly depreciating transportation tools. Most Americans are trapped in what I call the car payment prison. They finish paying off one car and immediately finance another one. They've normalized having a $400, $600, or even $800 monthly car payment for their entire adult lives. That's not transportation. That's financial slavery with air conditioning. Let me show you numbers that will make you sick. In 2005, total auto loan debt in America was $720 billion. Big number, right? By 2010, it hit $850 billion. By 2020, it rocketed to $1.38 trillion. Today in 2025, we're sitting at an all-time high of $1.62 trillion. That's trillion with a T. Americans have more than doubled their car debt in just 20 years. But here's what's really terrifying. The average new car now costs $48,000. $48,000. For something that loses 15% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. That's like paying $7,200 just for the privilege of owning it for one day. The ancient Romans understood something we've completely forgotten. They distinguished between res fructuaria, things that bear fruit, and res consumptibilis, things that get consumed. Roman citizens knew that wealth came from acquiring assets that generated income or appreciated in value. Land, businesses, livestock that produced milk and offspring. They avoided spending large amounts on things that only provided temporary utility. A Roman who spent half his annual income on an elaborate chariot would have been considered financially insane. Yet that's exactly what modern Americans do every single day. We've been brainwashed by billions of dollars in car marketing to believe that cars are investments, that a reliable car is worth any price, that monthly payments are just the cost of modern life. But here's the truth. No car salesman will ever tell you, your car is not an asset. It's a liability that gets more expensive every day you own it. Warren Buffett, the world's greatest investor, drives himself to work in a modest car, not because he can't afford a Lamborghini, but because he understands that every dollar spent on a depreciating asset is a dollar that can't compound into multiple dollars over time. Buffett once said, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." With most car purchases, you pay for status, image, and marketing promises. You get transportation plus a massive opportunity cost. Let me tell you about two of my neighbors who illustrate this perfectly. Neighbor number one, status. Steve makes $75,000 annually. He drives a $55,000 BMW on a 7-year loan. His monthly payment is $650, plus $180 for insurance, plus $200 for gas, plus $100 for maintenance. Total monthly car cost, $1,130. That's over $13,500 annually. Steve looks successful as he pulls into his driveway, but he has $2,300 in his savings account and $0 invested for retirement. Steve chose to look rich instead of being rich. Neighbor 2, wealthy William. William makes $70,000 annually. He drives a 6-year-old Honda Accord he bought for $18,000 cash. His monthly costs are $80 for insurance, $150 for gas, $50 for maintenance. Total monthly car cost, $280. That's $3,360 annually. William looks ordinary as he pulls into his driveway, but he has $85,000 in investment accounts and $15,000 in emergency savings. William chose to be rich instead of looking rich. Same neighborhood, similar incomes, completely different financial futures. Here's your actionable step to break free from the car trap. Calculate your transportation cost percentage. Add up all your car-related expenses: monthly payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, repairs, registration. Divide by your monthly after-tax income. If it's over 15%, you're car poor. If it's over 20%, you're in financial danger. Most Americans are spending 25 to 30% of their income on transportation. That's money that could be building generational wealth instead of evaporating through tailpipes. But here's what makes this trap so vicious. Social pressure. Nobody claps when you drive a paid-off Honda, but roll up in a financed BMW and people assume you're successful. American car culture has programmed us to judge success by what someone drives, not by what they've saved, not by what they've invested, not by their actual financial security, by the monthly payment they can barely afford. This is especially toxic for young Americans. I see 22-year-olds financing $35,000 cars to build credit and look professional. They're starting their adult lives in debt slavery, all for the privilege of impressing people they don't even like. The car industry has spent decades conditioning Americans to believe, you deserve a new car. Life's too short to drive something unreliable. A car payment is just part of being an adult. All lies are designed to separate you from your wealth. Cars are transportation tools, nothing more, nothing less. They get you from point A to point B. Everything beyond that basic function is marketing designed to make you poor. The wealthy understand this instinctively. They buy cars that serve their transportation needs efficiently and affordably. Then they invest the difference in assets that actually build wealth. But that's just the obvious part. What I'm about to say is what makes the difference between understanding you're trapped and actually seeing how deep the financial hole really goes. Number 2, the hidden cost catastrophe. Your $30K car actually costs $50K. What I'm about to say is what makes the difference between understanding you're trapped and actually seeing how deep the financial hole really goes. Because most Americans make car buying decisions based on one number: the sticker price. They see $27,000 and think that's what the car costs. But that's like judging an iceberg by what you see above water. The real cost is hiding beneath the surface, and it's massive. Let me show you exactly what I mean using America's most popular car for young adults, the Honda Civic. Sticker price $27,867. Looks reasonable, right? Especially compared to those $50,000 trucks everyone's financing. But here's the financial reality that car salesmen never mention. Hidden cost number 1, depreciation. The moment you drive that Civic off the lot, it loses $4,000 in value, literally in the first mile. Over 5 years, you'll lose $10,999 to depreciation alone. That's $2,200 per year, just for the privilege of watching your money evaporate. Benjamin Franklin understood this principle 300 years ago. He wrote, "A penny saved is a penny earned, But a penny spent on something that loses value is a penny destroyed. Franklin knew that money spent on depreciating assets doesn't just disappear. It prevents you from investing that money in appreciating assets. Hidden cost number 2, insurance, $11,894 over 5 years. And that's assuming you're 40 years old with perfect credit and a clean record. If you're under 25, double it. If you have any accidents or tickets, add another 40%. Young Americans are paying $300–500 monthly just for car insurance. That's more than most people invest for retirement. Hidden cost number 3, financing $4,799 over 5 years. This assumes you have good credit and put 10% down. Bad credit? You're looking at 15 to 20% interest rates. That turns your $4,709 into $12,000 in interest payments. You're literally paying thousands of dollars for the privilege of not having cash up front. Hidden cost number 4, fuel $6,415 over 5 years at current gas prices. But gas prices don't stay current. They go up, always up. Hidden cost 5, maintenance, $3,224 over 5 years. Oil changes, brake pads, tires, filters. This assumes nothing major breaks, which is optimistic. Jim Rohn taught a powerful principle. You pay the full price whether you pay it up front or over time. Most Americans think they're getting a deal by spreading out payments, but you always pay the full price. Plus interest, plus opportunity cost, plus stress. Hidden cost number 6, taxes and fees. $2,800 over 5 years. The government's cut registration, inspection, and road taxes just for the privilege of legally driving your depreciating asset. Hidden cost number 7, $790 over 5 years. This is conservative. Cars break, always. Usually at the worst possible time, usually in the most expensive way. Now let's add it all up. Sticker price, $27,867. Depreciation, $10,999. Insurance, $1,194. Financing, $4,799. Fuel, $6,415. Maintenance, $3,224. Tax fees, $2,800. Repairs, $1,790. Total real cost, $69,108. Your affordable, $27,867. Honda Civic actually costs you nearly $70,000 over 5 years. That's not a car purchase. That's a financial catastrophe with cup holders. But here's where it gets really painful. After 5 years, that Civic is worth maybe $16,000. So you spent $70,000 to own something worth $16,000. That's a net loss of $54,000. For transportation, here's your actionable step to avoid this trap. Use the true cost calculator before buying any car. Take the sticker price and multiply by 2.5. That's your real 5-year cost. $30,000 sticker price equals $75,000 real cost. $20,000 sticker price equals $50,000 real cost. Suddenly, that affordable car doesn't look so affordable. Most Americans never do this calculation. They focus on monthly payments instead of total cost. Can I afford $350 per month? Wrong question. Right question. Can I afford $70,000 over 5 years for transportation? When you frame it correctly, the answer becomes obvious. But here's what makes this even more devastating. This analysis doesn't even include opportunity cost. The money you spend on car ownership is money you can't invest, and that opportunity cost compounds over time. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this perfectly. 2 college friends, Sarah and Mike, both got their first jobs making $50,000. Sarah bought a reliable used car for $8,000 cash. Her total transportation costs were $200 monthly. Mike financed a new car for $25,000. His total transportation costs were $600 monthly. The difference? $400 monthly. Sarah invested that $400 difference every month for 10 years. Mike kept upgrading his cars every few years. After 10 years, Sarah had $75,000 in investment accounts, plus a paid-off car. Mike had $3,000 in savings and a car payment. Same starting point, same income, completely different financial outcomes. The difference wasn't intelligence or luck. It was understanding the true cost of transportation decisions. Most Americans make Mike's choice. They prioritize looking successful over being successful. They choose monthly payment affordability over long-term wealth building. They focus on the sticker price instead of the total financial impact. And they wonder why they can't get ahead financially despite making decent money. Wait, there's something you need to pay attention to if you don't want to lose everything to the biggest financial mistake Americans make with cars. Quick question. Have you ever calculated the true 5-year cost of your current car, and were you shocked by the real number? Drop your car's sticker price in the comments, and I'll tell you what it actually costs you over 5 years. Number 3, the opportunity cost crisis. What your car payments could become. There's something you need to pay attention to if you don't want to lose everything to the biggest financial mistake Americans make with cars. It's not just the money you spend, it's the money you don't make. Because every dollar tied up in a depreciating car is a dollar that can't compound into generational wealth. This is called opportunity cost, and it's the difference between staying middle class forever and actually building wealth. Let me show you numbers that will make you sick. Remember that Honda Civic costing $70,000 over 5 years? Let's say your total monthly transportation cost is $780. That includes your payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, everything. Now here's the question that changes everything. What if you took that same $780 monthly and invested it in the S&P 500 instead? Based on historical returns of about 10% annually, after 5 years, you'd have approximately $60,016. Versus the car, which is worth maybe $16,000 after 5 years. That's a difference of $44,016 for making one decision differently. But it gets worse. Most Americans repeat this cycle every few years for their entire working lives. They trade in their car before it's paid off. They finance a newer model. They reset the depreciation clock. They ensure they always have a car payment. Let me show you what this looks like over a lifetime. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who controlled the wealth of an entire empire, understood this principle perfectly. He wrote, "How much trouble he avoids, who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does, but only to what he does himself." Marcus Aurelius knew that comparing yourself to others leads to poor financial decisions. The moment you buy a car to impress others, you've chosen their approval over your financial future. Here's the lifetime cost of this mistake. Ages 25 to 65, the car payment trap. Average American, $600 monthly car payments for 40 years. Total spent, $288,000. End result, a depreciating asset worth maybe $15,000. Ages 25 to 65, the investment alternative Smart American, $600 monthly, invested in index funds for 40 years. At 10% annual returns, $3,158. End result, over $3 million in wealth. Same monthly amount, same 40-year time frame. The difference, $3,143,000. $3 million. That's the real cost of car payments. Not just the money you spend, the generational wealth you never build. But here's what's really crazy. You can still have reliable transportation and build wealth. You just need to be smart about it. Here's the strategy that frees up hundreds monthly for investing. Step 1. Buy in the sweet spot. Purchase cars that are 3 to 4 years old with 30,000, 40,000 miles. You avoid the brutal first-year depreciation, but still get modern safety features and remaining warranty. A car that costs $35,000 new might be $24,000 at this age. That's $11,000 in instant savings you can invest. Step 2. Follow the 15% rule. Your total transportation costs should never exceed 15% of your monthly income. If you make $5,000 monthly, that's a maximum of $750 for all car expenses. Payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, repairs, everything. Push past this and you're getting dangerously close to car poverty. Step 3. Keep it for 10+ years. This is where you actually build wealth. Most Americans trade cars every 3 to 5 years, which is financial suicide. Buy once and maintain it like your financial future depends on it, because it does. Tony Robbins teaches a powerful principle. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask. Most Americans ask, what car can I afford? Wrong question. Better question, what's the minimum I can spend on reliable transportation so I can invest the maximum for my future? Here's a real example of this strategy working. Meet financial freedom. Frank makes $60,000 annually. Instead of financing a $30,000 car, he bought a 4-year-old Toyota Camry for $16,000 cash. His total monthly transportation costs $350. The average American spends $780 monthly on transportation. Frank invests the $430 difference every month. Over 15 years at 10% returns, that becomes $186,000. Frank's boring car choice generated nearly $200,000 in investment wealth. While his neighbors are still making car payments, Frank has the down payment for multiple rental properties, all because he understood that cars are transportation tools, not wealth-building investments. But here's the mindset shift that makes this possible. Stop caring what other people think about your car. Their approval won't pay your bills in retirement. Their respect won't fund your children's education. Their admiration won't give you financial freedom. Jim Rohn said it perfectly. We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline is driving a modest car while your friends finance luxury vehicles. The pain of regret is working until 70 because you spent your wealth on depreciating assets. Choose your pain, because you're going to get one or the other. Here's your actionable strategy to break free. This month, calculate your total transportation costs as a percentage of income. If it's over 15%, you have a problem. Next month, research reliable used cars in the 3 to 4-year-old range. Get pre-approved for financing to understand your options. Next quarter, if you're upside down on your current loan, create a plan to pay down the negative equity. Every extra payment brings you closer to freedom. Next year, trade down to a reliable, affordable car. Invest the payment difference immediately. Most Americans will read this and do nothing. They'll keep making car payments until they die. They'll choose image over wealth, status over financial security, monthly affordability over lifetime prosperity. Don't be most Americans. All of the above will be meaningless if you miss the last detail about what separates wealthy Americans from car-poor Americans forever. If you invested your current car payment for the next 10 years instead of having car payments, how much wealth could you build? Calculate it and drop the number in the comments. I bet most of you will be shocked by what you discover. All of the above will be meaningless if you miss the last detail about what separates wealthy Americans from car-poor Americans forever. Here's the brutal truth that changes everything. Your car is either building your wealth or destroying it. There's no middle ground. Every month you make a car payment is a month you're not building generational wealth. Every dollar spent on depreciation is a dollar that can't compound for your future. Every decision to look successful instead of being successful pushes financial freedom further away. We've exposed the trap. Cars are wealth killers disguised as necessities. Americans spend $1.62 trillion on auto debt while having almost nothing saved for retirement. The affordable $27,000 car actually costs $70,000 over 5 years, and the opportunity cost of that money could be over $3 million over a lifetime. Here's what I want you to do this week. Calculate your transportation costs as a percentage of income. If it's over 15%, you're car poor. Create a plan to trade down and invest the difference. Your future self will thank you. Comment below with your current car payment and how much you could invest monthly if you eliminated it. Should I reveal the exact step-by-step investment strategy for the former car payment money next? Or break down which reliable used cars give you the best value? Drop your suggestions below. Remember this: the wealthy don't drive the most expensive cars. They drive the most efficient cars and invest the difference. Stop financing depreciating assets. Start building appreciating wealth. Your financial freedom depends on it.